Why am I why am I blurry? I can't make this stuff up. Oh my gosh. Okay, something does not want me to be on here. This is this is crazy. This is crazy. Um, okay. Let me see if I can fix this. Is that better? Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So it is 6:15. I start at 6 o'clock in the morning every single morning on Wednesdays. It's 15 minutes past the time that I would start. I was not able to get into the stream that I created. And so the link that everybody has is not the link that I'm on. Obviously, I had to create a new one. So here we are. It is absolutely nobody on here, and I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Like I said, there was something that was working against me this morning, but it's all right because I'm stronger than it. It doesn't matter. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. So it's frustrating when these things happen. It's frustrating when things don't go the way that hey, good morning. It's frustrating when things don't go the way that we planned, and that's been happening a lot here lately. But what it has shown me is that it's not stronger than you. It's not stronger than us. It doesn't matter what may come our way, what we face. It doesn't matter if things are just going awry. Keep your composure. Understand that you are here for a reason. Understand that everything will go the way that it's planned just because it doesn't match what it is that you're thinking or what it is that you planned or the outcome that you were attached to. Just because it doesn't match that, it doesn't mean that it's not working in your favor. We have to continue to understand and to know and to hold that close that we everything is working out for my good. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look good. It doesn't matter if it doesn't feel good. It doesn't matter if it doesn't smell good. I don't care if everything is telling you that it's not good. You understand and you speak to that thing and it is good. There is nothing that can come upon me in my situation, in my family, in my household, whatever you have to say, that is not good for me. I am stronger than that. There is nothing that can keep me down. So when I when this was happening, I'm like, okay, so this must be a message that um someone isn't trying to allow me to get out. But guess what? I don't care if it was 7 o'clock. I would have still gotten on here and I would still done the message. Hey, I was looking at my phone and I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm going to have to go from my phone because this isn't working. It's not working out. And then it wasn't even allowing me to get on my phone. Like it was just crazy. And then I get on here and it's blurry, right? But it is what it is. Everything is working out for my good. So 6:15, that's the time that I was supposed to be getting on here. For some reason, for some odd reason, I have no idea. But it's not for me to understand. And this is the other thing that I want you to understand as well, right? Is that when these things go awry and things aren't going the way that you planned and things aren't working out, whatever it may be, hey, I'm glad you found me. I know it was hard. I know it was hard, but I'm glad you found me. But things aren't going the way that we planned. It is not for us to understand. Sometimes it's not where we're going to understand. And I can tell you this from being in it. Like I am in it, I am breathing it, I am seeing it, I am speaking it, I am living it on a day to day basis. Honey, most of the things that I am doing and that I see and that is going on, I do not understand. I do not understand. I just had a period last night, not last night, yesterday. Yesterday morning and the night before that, where I was extremely mad at what God was doing. I'm like, I don't understand what it is that you're doing. I don't understand why you would lead me here and it's not working out. Things aren't going good. I thought that you would lead me. You know how they always say God isn't going to lead you somewhere where he's going to leave you. He's not going to lead you. Think you came all this way for things not to work out? Look, let me tell you this, because sometimes when we think things are going to work out, we have a certain picture in our mind. So we're thinking, okay, well, things are supposed to work out the way this. It's supposed to look like X. It's supposed to reflect Y. We have this figment of our imagination that's going on. We have this picture that we've created, and that's the way that things work out. And so when people say that to us, we're like, oh, okay, yeah, God led me to this job. God led me to this person. God led me to the situation. Then that means it's going to work out. That means that if I got led to this job, that means that, shucks, honey, things are going to go well. That's not the way that things could work out. I want you to understand that. So our attachment to what we think does not necessarily match what it is that God has planned. So when things don't start to match what it is that we think, we start doubting and we start wondering, okay, what the heck is he doing here? I think that he left me. And that's one of the things that I told him. Hey, we have these conversations. We have these conversations. And my prayers sometimes don't reflect the Lord, thank you for this, thank you for that, the common prayer. It's us having a conversation and it's like, look, I don't like that you did that. I don't like it. I don't like it. It made me feel alone. It makes me feel hurt. And that's what I was telling them. I feel hurt. I feel like you left me. I'm trying to do everything that it is that you're calling me to do. Look, when you call me, I pick up the phone. Okay, I pick up the phone and I'm making sure that I have it to a T of what it is that you want me to do. And I am sitting here and I'm trying my best to do it. So why, when I'm calling you, it don't seem like you're answering? Why are you not answering my call? What's going on? Are we not friends anymore? Is it something that I'm missing? Is it something that I'm not doing? Is it something that needs to be done that I'm just not seeing? If so, then speak to me. Why are you not talking? So we had this conversation and I'm getting angry. And I'm like, where are you? What's going on? But it's because what I was attached to and what I thought was going to happen, because I just don't understand. I don't understand. This is the part that nobody talks about. When God leads you somewhere that it doesn't work out the way that you think that it's going to work out. And it's not even to the way that you think that it would work out, because nobody would think that God would lead you to a situation where it will continue to bleed you financially, right? No one would think that God would lead them to a situation where you were going to continue to have problems. That was not me. That's not what I was told. That's not what registers in my mind as good. What registers in my mind as good is that it's something that is going to help us. It's something that is going to breathe life into us, not suck the life out of us. But this is the thing, rely not onto our own understanding, right? I'm paraphrasing. But this is what it means. Like, we cannot sit here and think that we have it all together. One, you cannot see past, you can't see past today. First of all, second of all, you can't see past 623. It's 623 here now. You can't see past the minute. You have no idea what is going to happen that next minute, the next second. You cannot see past it. So who are we to sit here and think that, okay, well, I have to derive this thing in my mind and I've devised this plan, and This is what I think is going to work out for my good. And so we get attached to this. And if it doesn't work, then we get pissed. We get upset. We get angry. And God's like, wait a minute, hold on. Do you know? Do you know the order of your life? Do you know what is coming next? Do you know how I'm organizing things? The only thing that we can hang our hat on is the fact that every single thing is working out for my good. So whether it looks bad, whether it looks gloomy, whether it doesn't feel good, like I said, whether it doesn't matter. It does not matter. That is the thing that we can sit there and look to it and say, you know what? You tried it. You tried it. And you're continuing to try it because it will continue to happen. I am telling you, this is not the first time if you're already in it. This is not the first time that you're going to be confused. This isn't the first time that you're going to be upset. This isn't the first time that you're going to be alone or feel alone. This isn't the first time that it's going to be where God seems to be quiet and it seems to be crickets when you're asking him to rescue you. He is not always going to come to your rescue. Things are not always going to work out the way that you think that they're going to work out. But I promise you that every single thing will be taken care of. Every single thing will work out for your good. This is what it means. This is what it means. So when people tell you that, oh, God wouldn't take you here to just drop you off and leave you, God wouldn't take you here and it wouldn't work out, it's going to work out. It's going to work out for sure. I'm telling you that. But it may not work out the way that you think it's going to work out. But in those moments, that's what it's not. And I don't want to say it like it's a problem of being upset. Honey, I had those times. I just told you I did. It's not a problem. You can be upset. And I love this because, one, I'm going to tell you this. If you don't have somebody that you can call and talk to that is more spiritually aligned than you need to find that person. You need to get a hold of that person. You need to touch base with that person. People always talk about a business mentor, and oh my goodness, if you're trying to make $1 million, then you need to get around people who are making $1 million, and you need to surround yourself with those people. That's what everybody talks about. But I'm going to tell you this: you need someone who is more spiritually aligned than you. A spiritual mentor is more important than any of those things because it will get you straight in your walk and what it is that you want to do. And so I'm not saying don't get a business mentor. I'm not saying don't get, whatever it is that you think you need, get those things, but understand that just as important as those things are, if not more, you need a spiritual mentor. You need a spiritual advisor. You need somebody that you can call, that can set you straight, that can get you realigned, because there are going to be times that you fall out of alignment. It just is what it is. This walk is not easy. This journey is not easy. It's not. And so if we're going to do it, we need someone who, like, why wouldn't we do that anywhere else? We have a coach. If it's where we want to get better at basketball, if we want to get better at track, if we want to go to the Olympics, whatever it is, what do those people have? They have a coach. They have a person who has been there, who has either done it themselves or have led other people to do it. So they see further than where they are right now. So I want somebody who has already been there, who has already walked this walk, who has already been in my shoes. So then now when I get stuck, I can call them and I can say, look, am I tripping? Am I crazy? Because look, right now it's feeling like God just left me. Okay. And he promised me this and it didn't happen. Or he led me to this situation. I left this job or whatever it is, and I can't find another one. I have bills to pay. I have a whole household to feed. This isn't looking like it should. I think I might have heard the wrong thing. Did I hear the wrong thing? Have you ever been in this situation? And how good does it feel for someone to say to you, honey, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. This is the walk. This is the journey. This is what it is. And it's okay. It's okay to be here. There is a lesson in it. And for them to help you gain clarity on that lesson. So then now you can move a little bit quicker than what they did. I promise you. That is the whole point of it. That is the whole point of having mentors, of having people who can guide you, of having advisors. So then we don't then make the same mistakes that they made. They are learning, they're understanding things. They have grasped what we haven't yet grasped yet. That's just what it is. And so for us to be able to now go to them and get that wisdom that they gleaned from their mistakes and from their walk that can now help us get along, you need that. So if you do not have that, I am telling you, I am encouraging you to find the person. Find the person, lock them down, and look, be like, I need you on my team. I need you on my team. I have one. I actually I have more than one, but I need that. I know that I need that. And it has been helpful to me in my journey. Now, one thing that I'm going to tell you is that when you do find this person, it's not where we are now going to be hitting them up for everything. This is not, um, that's not a gateway to now having an easier journey or an easier walk. It's not to be able to get out of things. It's not to be able to get a definite answer. It's not an outlet for you to now escape the the hard work that actually has to be put in of you cultivating an intimate relationship with God. Like nothing can take that away. That there is no way to go through this journey and for you to be able to do this thing without having that. It's no one who can make that happen but you. So if you think that calling the person all the time and getting their advice is going to somehow make it easier or make it better or keep you from doing that hard internal work, it's not going to happen. You're still going to end up at the same place that you were before, and you're still going to need to do that work. It's not. What it is like a backup. What it is I am not at this, because sometimes it's where we can be so attached to the outcome, right? To what it is that we think is supposed to happen, what it is that we want to happen. And when things don't look like that or things are getting shaky, we get overly anxious. We start to doubt. And that little voice inside starts to grow a little bit louder than us being able to be still and actually hear the word of God, right? So sometimes we become our own block, okay? And so in those moments, I can recognize when I'm becoming my block. And I'm like, okay, this isn't good. This isn't good. I'm feeling alone. I'm feeling like I'm not hearing. I'm feeling like God has left me. And I know that this isn't true. So my mind is telling me something that isn't true. And right now it's on repeat. And I can't seem to get out of this right now because of the frustration and the confusion. And my mind is trying to, like, I'm type A, okay? And I like to know what is going to happen, why it's going to happen. Like, I like to have the facts and the details, okay? So when those things sometimes happen, it's where my mind is just searching for answers. And if I can't get the answers, then it gets frustrated, it gets confused. And then, when you start getting frustrated and confused, you just start going down this little tunnel. Okay. So when we're noticing that, that is the time, if we are not able to be still, right? Or we have already tried to be still and to express our feelings to God. And it's like, I am still not hearing. There is still a block, and that block is me. That's the time. Those are the times to reach out and just like, okay, I need somebody to talk me off the ledge because right now I am here and I am just feeling all types of way and there's so much stuff going on. It's so loud and I want somebody to calm me down. I want somebody to speak to me and just quiet my mind. Those are the times. Those are the times. And you think about it, that's when we have a coach, right? When it's like we don't know what to do, when we're sitting there, and you'll see this during games or during boxing matches or whatever it is, and this person is in their head, and you can see them, and it's like their coach reads them, and they understand that, and they know, and they're going to them, and they're like, "Look, y'all, come on, you got this. You got one more." Or this person wants to give up, and that coach can then breathe life into them. That is what it's for. That's what it's for. So have that person in your corner. You definitely want to have that. You definitely want to have that person. And I like how Sean Flowers said, we all need that friend that will remind us that God is in control and has our best outcomes in mind according to his will. We do. We need that person. And when I said that, I had posted a while ago, it's just like, look, I had said I had been crying the night before, and just like I don't even know what was really going on, but just everything just came. At those times where it's just like you're moving through, and you're like, okay, all right, cool. This try to knock me down, nah, not happening. Okay, this try to knock me down, not happening. And then you keep getting hit, and it's like, okay, okay. Ooh, that kind of hurt, but I'm good. I'm good. And at a point, it just all catches up with you, and then you're like, "Yo, I'm really hurt. This really hurt me." Okay, that's what happened. Everything just came crashing down at one time, and I just cried. I just cried, and I just curled up in a ball, and I was on my bed, right? And so these times happen. These times happen, but how good is it to just have someone, and that on that day, it was my husband who came in and just rubbed me on my back and just let me know, look, I'm proud of you. You have come so far in your journey. You have grown so much. I am telling you that God is not done with you. It may hurt. It may hurt right now, but I am telling you it's going to be okay. And that did it for me. That did it for me. But we all need that person that's in our corner, or those persons in our corner who are going to remind us and realign us when we get out of alignment. Because it is going to happen. It's going to occur. It's going to happen. So I don't know. I don't know who needed that, because that wasn't even what I had gotten last night. Um, any of this stuff. But like I said, all of this stuff happens for a reason. We are, we are, we are here. We are here. And I like this what Sean Flowers said. When we feel a gap between us and God, we need our gap. Godly accountability partner. I like that. I like that, to step in and help us. And that was a part of my post. It's just like, okay, we are so quick sometimes, and we hear, I know you've heard this, is just like when things are going awry and you're feeling kind of off and you're feeling down or you're feeling sad or whatever it may be, it's like people are quick to say, well, pray about it, well, everything is going to be okay. And that's it. And we leave it at that. And it's just like, well, okay, I kind of know that. And I feel it. And that's where I'm at right now, right? Is that, do I think that everything is going to be taken away from us? No. Do I think that we're going to be kicked out of our home? No. Do I think that, all these like really, really bad things are going to happen? No, I don't. I feel deep down in my spirit and in my soul is that everything is going to work out. Everything is going to be fine. We are going to be good. So yes, I know that, but right now I'm feeling it, right? I need someone to acknowledge what I'm feeling and validate what I'm feeling. And then I need you to kind of help me get back on track. That's kind of what we need in that moment. And what I had said in the post is just like, who stands in the gap? Who stands in the gap of, okay, us praying, us going to God, us casting our cares, but we still feel it. So there's this thing because you have to move to that. So you do that, yes. Automatically you're casting your cares and you're casting your anxieties and all that good stuff. But not all the time does it feel when you do that. Not all the time do you feel relieved. Not all the time do you feel where it's just like, oh, I was frustrated. I was confused. I was crying. I was just feeling so bad. And now that I prayed, whoo, I'm feeling good. Okay. So sometimes that may happen, but others, it may not happen. So in those other times where we're like, okay, I did this and I still feel the same. I don't feel good at all. And my mind is still racing and things are still happening. Who stands in the gap? So I love that godly accountability partner. That's the gap filler. That's what we have each other for. So find that person that matches you, the person who will breathe life into you, the person who you see that you aspire to be like, or their walk encourages you. There are not many people that I look up to and that I'm like, oh, I want to be like that person. I'm just it's just not. I'm trying to find people, but it's not that many people that I can say that I actually want to be like. But there have been a few, and those few are on my team. Those few are the people that I talk to. Those few are the people that I call when I'm in need of realignment because I'm like, you are on the walk that that I'm on. First of all, we're on the same walk, but you just a couple miles in front of me, okay? Like you've seen what is around the corner. You've seen stuff that I haven't seen. You've been through things that I haven't been through yet, and you can help me. And I like how your journey has shaped you. I like the way you are. I love the person that you are. I love the values that you have. I love how powerful you are. I love the way that you just take what God has given you and you just share it. I love how you step into your power. I love whatever those attributes are that you admire about that person or you would admire. Write those things down. If you haven't found the person yet, then write those things down and say what it is that you would want in a person, and allow God to lead you to that person because he will at some point. I guess I'll talk about how I actually met, uh, I'll call her my spiritual advisor, but that wasn't something that I wasn't a person that I sought out. I knew that I needed somebody, but I didn't know what the first way, what do you do in that? Like, what do you do? I don't put a Craigslist ad out. I don't, what do you do? So I was led to her in the way that the events happened. You cannot tell me that we weren't supposed to meet. But this is the thing you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the how. I say that all the time. You don't have to worry about the how. The how is already taken care of. What you need to worry about is the what. What do you need? What is it that you're supposed to be doing? What is it in this moment that you can give? How can you be of service? And I want to just quickly move to this point of where we're talking about how can we be of service, because I caught myself last night, and I absolutely love when I see people who are doing their thing, right? I love to see it. I love seeing people who are stepping out and who are owning their stuff, who are making moves in the world, who are doing their thing. Like that, that is cool. And I'm sitting there like, y'all should see me on the phone when I scroll and I see this. I'm like, oh yeah, you better do it. I'm like, I'm excited. Like I either know you or it was me who was experiencing it. So I'm happy. But what I caught myself doing is that right before I was going to sleep, I just started feeling kind of off. And I'm like, what is going on? What's wrong with you? And what was wrong is that I started in the comparison game. And it was like, oh, well, these people are doing their thing. And I'm not quite where I want to be yet. Am I doing something wrong? Is there something wrong with me? Is it where I don't know, like, should I be doing something different? And it was just and something, oh, it was like I remember when this would happen and I would start going down this whole spiral and it would just continue. But as quick as those thoughts came, it was like somebody else came. It was like, no, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. First of all, you are on the right track. You are doing exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And your journey is not somebody else's. And I want to tell you this, if we're comparing journeys, we can. Your journey is going to look completely different than mine. Mine is not going to reflect yours. Yours is not going to reflect mine. So you may get to your promised land or close to it before I get to mine, but that does not mean that I will not reach mine. This is what I want us to understand when we're looking at, because sometimes when we look at other people and we're seeing all these things that are happening for other people and it's not happening for us, and things are not, again, going the way that we think. And I've heard so many people say, I feel like I should be further along than where I am today. I thought that I would be here by now, and I'm not. And it makes them feel bad. It makes them feel like they're a failure. It makes them dim their light rather than continue to shine it. And so it works the opposite way. What I want you to know is that your timing is your timing. What God has promised you, it is not going, it's a promise. It's going to happen. And I say this all the time, like, we have to hold those promises. We have to hold those visions, the things that we've seen, the things that we feel deep down in our heart. We don't feel these things for no reason. The desires that you have, honey, they did not just show up. They are there for a reason. They were placed there. They were placed there because you are the person who can achieve it. So just because you are on this walk and it's not happening as quick as you would want it to, or it's not unfolding the way that you thought it was going to unfold, or you're looking at other people and they've reached it quicker than you have, it does not mean that there's anything wrong with you. And that doesn't negate the promise. That does not mean that you won't reach your promised land. You will. It's just in your timing, the timing that is right for you. And when I was in the shower, I was like, Lord, something just came over me. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. Because I told you, I've been frustrated. I've been frustrated at the timing. I've been frustrated at the situation. I've been frustrated because I just want to be out of this daily manna period. I will tell you this. I was called, I don't think I've said this, but I was called out of real estate. So y'all know I have been doing real estate for the past 3 years, and it's been going well. And I got a knock on my door. God was like, "All right, I need you to leave." I'm like, "What? Leave? Leave for what? Leave and do what? Do what?" And there is no answer. There has been no answer, and it was really bothering me because the last time that I've been in a situation where I had not had a job or I haven't done anything is like when I was like 12 years old. That's how long it's been. I have worked since then, every single year, all the time, and I'm accustomed to that. I'm accustomed to, okay, when things are going awry, or things need to be paid, or whatever it is, I have always come to the rescue. And it's like, okay, well, shucks. If I have to find another job, I'll find another job. Or if I have to work more, I'll work more. If I have, like, I'm going to get the money. I'm going to get it. Like, everything's going to be okay because Christina can handle it. God had to sit me down. It was like, look, I need you to be in a place where you become fully reliant on me. And I am in that place now. And I see things that are going on. I see things that need to be paid. I see things that need to come up. And it's not that we don't have the ability to pay them, because we do. But the thing is that you see your bank account continuing to decline. Okay. And you're trying to now figure out, okay, how's next month going to happen? And we try to plan, right? I told you I'm a planner, but we try to plan ahead, and see how this is going to how this is going to work out. But I just told you we don't need to worry about the how, right? But when you are in it and you see it and you feel it, it's really difficult to then say, oh, well, you know what? I'm not going to worry about the how. God's got it. God's got it. But this is something that I had to remind myself that, look, I'm being trained. This isn't something that just comes natural. At first it did, but then we we grew up and we started being accustomed to the social norms, and we started to step away from where it was and how closely related we were when we first came here. And so I can only speak for myself, but I'm over here. I'm where Christina is my rescue. Christina is the person who comes and saves the day. And this is who I can rely on. I can't rely on anybody else. I can only rely on myself, because if I rely on myself, it's going to get done. And God's like, let me show you something different. So I'm going to call you out. I'm going to sit you on your tail of where you're home, you're homeschooling your kids, and you aren't doing anything else. You're making videos, but those ain't making no money. so, so we've got that. And I want you to sit in it. I want you to sit in it. And that's something that I did not understand. But as I'm talking, and it hit me last night, it was just like, look, what is promised and what has been promised, what I've spoken, and I talked a lot about my visions of what I've seen for myself. That is still going to happen, but it's going to happen in the timing that it's supposed to happen. And what I had said in the shower was just like, look, thank you. Thank you for the delays. Thank you for making sure that I am completely ready when you enlarge my territory, when you have it where we have that abundance that you have promised me, that I am the right person to be able to handle all of that, to be able to steward all of that. Thank you for allowing me to have this training period, because what I don't want is for you to just rain down all of this stuff that you have promised me and I don't know how to handle it. And what happens is it just slips through my fingers, all of the blessings that you have. Thank you for allowing me to be in a position where I have to be fully reliant on you. And this hit me the other day too. It's just like, look, how many times have you received your paycheck and you just like, okay, great. This is it. Okay. All right. And then we go to pay bills and we're just paying bills, and we're seeing it, and we see the bills and we're like, oh my gosh. Okay, let me just go ahead and pay this. Oh my goodness, man, get this joint out of here. Oh my gosh, they keep calling. Yeah, and we're doing this. What I was told and what I'm going to relay to you is we have to be grateful in the small things, right? And this is what I am being trained on right now. This is what full reliance means, because what I was confused on, I was like, look, Lord, no, I can, like, I get the full reliance on you. I understand that. But what I want you to understand from me is that I want the ability to be able to invest for my kids, for my family, for myself, for people that are coming after me. I want it to be where I can set things up for my kids, of where when I die or when my husband dies or when we both die, they're not left destitute. I want it to be where we can plan for vacations. I want it to be where we can plan for schools. We can go to the best schools. We can afford to be able to do that, and we can plan ahead of time. I don't want it to be where I continue to be on this daily thing of where I'm living day by day by day. Like, does that mean full reliance? Like, is that for me to be fully reliant on you? Does that mean that I have to remain here? I don't understand, because that you can't, what I'm getting from this, if that's the case, then for the people who are blessed and have these things that are coming, blessed financially, let's say, that are coming, and we can plan, and they're able to invest, and they're able to buy real estate, and they're able to do this. So what does that mean? They're not fully relying on you? Like, I've seen people who have this stuff, and they are. So what's the difference here? Why can't I have that? It's not selfish. I'm asking for these things for a reason. And what he reminded me is like, no, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. Full reliance doesn't mean that you have to always be in a position where you are relying on me to provide on a daily basis. But what it does mean is that you acknowledge me in all things. And that hit it, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back to us paying our bills and getting our paychecks. How many times do you get your paycheck and just like, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you for this. I appreciate you because for coming through. I appreciate you taking care of me. I appreciate you showing up, because the thing is that it's not your boss that's paying you, it's God. That's just it. That is your supply. He is supplying what it is that you want to do, what it is that your family wants to do, what it is that you have the desires in your heart, the things that you want to buy, the things that you want to wear, all that stuff is coming directly from Him. So how often do we acknowledge that when we're paying the bills? Are we paying the bills and just like, oh Lord, thank you for allowing me to pay another bill. Thank you for allowing me to pay this mortgage. Thank you for allowing me to pay my student loans. I know that the student loans, everybody don't like those, but when we're paying them, or when we do pay them, how often do we say thank you? How often are we acknowledging our source? This is the part of being fully reliant on Him. So for me, I was not doing that. I was, like I told you, I was the savior. I was the person who came in and did stuff. It was because Christina worked so hard that we were able to do this. It was because Christina worked so hard that I was going to be able to pay this bill. It was because Christina worked so hard that we were going to be able to go on vacation. It's because Christina worked so hard that I was going to be able to plan for this. That's what was going on. And so he is like, okay, I'm going to break you down, all the way down, because I'm stubborn. It's not, like I said, everybody's journey doesn't reflect the same. Okay. So I'm not saying that you have to go through this. Everybody's pain point is different, but I've been very open and honest and transparent about my pain point. My pain point has always been money. So does it make do you see the connection of why I would be in this position? Why I would be led to this, to where I cannot do anything. Like I can physically do something, but I am choosing not to, because I'm telling myself I'm going to do things different than I've done before. I am going to sit in this, as uncomfortable as it may be, as as hard as it may be, as much as I want to come to the rescue. I'm going to restrain myself, and I'm going to fall back, and I'm going to allow you to work, because I know the more that I step in, the less space I give you to be able to do your thing. And I want to see you work. I want to see you show up in my life the way that you want to show up. I don't want to hinder you. I'm tired of hindering you. And some of y'all are in God's way. Okay? Some of y'all are standing in the way, and you're not allowing Him to do the things that He wants to do. But you want Him to show up. You want Him to do these magnificent things in your life, but you aren't even allowing Him room in the small things. You aren't acknowledging Him in the small things. That's how we get to the big. So, full reliance, I want us to start working on this, of just every time a bill comes in and every time money goes out, thank you. Thank you for this. Even when a bill comes in, even when we're not paying it right. I mean, right directly, right? Because it just comes in the mail and you have it, or it comes in on your phone, whatever. Whenever we get hit with something, it's thank you. Thank you for that. Because even down to the electricity bill, what happened? You're getting a bill because you were able to use electricity. Okay. So I thank you for allowing me to be able to have lights, to be able to have power, to be able to do the things that I want to do, for me to be able to cook, for me to be able to clean, for me to be able to enjoy my family, whatever it may be. Thank you for the gas bill. Thank you for the mortgage. Thank you for that. I mean, I'm paying a mortgage because I have a house. I have somewhere that we are able to be in. It's somewhere that I have a roof over my head. When the weather conditions are not favorable, guess what? I don't have to be out there. I'm inside. I'm inside with heat, with air condition, with lights. That is something to be thankful for. So if we can acknowledge him in the small things, this is how you get this is the journey, right? This is the journey. We've got to be grateful in the small things. We've got to understand and fully, I guess, take advantage of the fact that we are relying on him and bring acknowledgement to that. That's the word that I was looking for. We have to acknowledge that we are fully, we are, no matter how much we push, no matter how much we refrain from really thinking about it, no matter how much we're sitting there and whatever, running away from it. The fact is that you are fully relying on him. So just bringing that acknowledgement to it and really understanding that and just taking that to heart, I am telling you, it will change. Your situation will change. Your mindset will change. The way that you view things will change. So I want us to work on that. Okay. So I know that I started late. I started 15 minutes late, but I don't want to go past 7 still. I'm sorry because I know y'all have stuff to do. So it wasn't your fault that I started late, but I don't want to keep you. So I will just pray really quick to close things out, and yeah, we'll go from there. But dear Lord, thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for speaking through me this morning. Thank you for the fact that even though I started to get a little frazzled when things weren't working out, and um, just getting a little nervous and just wherever my mind was, you were able to come in and just quickly take over and just speak through me and still use me, Lord. And I just ask you to continue to do that, continue to allow me to be your mouthpiece, continue to mold me and shape me. And everyone on this call, everyone on the live, everyone that is watching on the replay, whatever it may be, for you to do the same with them. Lord, mold them, shape them, point them in the direction that they're supposed to be going if they're unsure. If it's where they are confused on their walk, if they don't understand, if they're frustrated, calm them. Come in and just whisper to them, everything is going to be okay. Everything is working out for your good. And just realign them, Lord. If there's somebody that they need to connect with, Lord, point them in that direction. Whatever it may be, for them to become the person that you call them to be, for them to step into their full power, for them to recognize how worthy they are, for them to recognize also that we need them and how unique they are to this world, and everything that you've placed into them and everything that they bring, we need it. I want them to understand that, and I want them to breathe that, and for them to just walk in to today and the rest of this week, just owning the fact that they are different, the fact that they are unique, the fact that they are needed, the fact that they can do all things. This is it. Lord, I remind them of who they are. If they've forgotten, remind them and continue to remind them and allow them to walk in that. Allow them to breathe that. Allow them to be that. And I thank you for just allowing our journeys to be our journeys and just preparing us in the way that only you know is best for us. And I thank you for withholding things that if you were to give it to us now, it wouldn't be a good thing. It wouldn't be a good thing. And I thank you for knowing things before we know them. I thank you for looking out. I thank you for seeing around the corner and placing us in the best position possible to be successful. I thank you for all that you've done and all that you continue to do. And I ask that you continue to be with us throughout today, throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year, and just allow this year to be the best year yet. Lord, I thank you so much. Amen. Okay. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for joining me and hopping over here and dealing with the change and the all that stuff that happened. But know that this isn't, if you're new, this isn't a normal thing. We normally start at 6, but it happened. Things happen. And I'm learning as I go. And I want this to be uh, an example for you if you need one, is that it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to learn on the go. It's okay to put yourself out there and be vulnerable. It's okay to look crazy, because sometimes I look crazy and sometimes I feel crazy for the things that I talk about, for the things that I'm allowing to happen, for the things that I'm open and transparent about. Like a year ago, 2 years ago, you would have never caught me talking about money. Like, especially when I didn't have it. No, I'm not talking about that. But here I am. Here I am with the major pain point of what I've always had was money, and I'm transparent about it. And I don't care. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care what they think I should do. I don't care if they're sitting there thinking, well, I don't understand. You went to law school, but you're sitting at home and you need money. You could always get a job. I know I can. I can get a job at any second, but I'm choosing not to. And I'm standing on it, and I'm being transparent about everything that's going on, because I know that things are going to work out. I know that he's going to show up. I know that what he's promised me and what I've said is going to happen. That is how I'm able to be so transparent. That's how I'm able to live in this vulnerability, even though it's still uncomfortable. But I'm able to do that because I'm facing it, and I'm saying to it, you are not bigger than me. You aren't bigger than my God. You aren't. So even though it's uncomfortable, even though I had a fear, and I still have that fear that comes up of making mistakes and not doing things perfectly, it's okay. It's okay. I can calm that fear by saying, look, it's still going to work out. It's still going to work out. Honey, you are doing your thing. You are on the right path. And I want you to tell yourself that too. You are doing the right thing. You are on the right path, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like. I am telling you, everything is going to work out. Those promises that he's given you, the vision that you had, is going to unfold. It's going to unfold in the timing that's right for you. Okay? So just be patient. And in the meantime, be grateful. Be grateful. I want us to really hone in on that. And if you did not see the video, but right before we went into the new year, the last one, last Wednesday, then I'm just going to tell you, one, you should watch it. But two, if you didn't see it, I want you to take this thing that I said there. 3 things every single day at night. I want you to write them down. 3 things that happened that were good. And we can't just stop saying that, okay, well, I woke up this morning. First of all, if you can't find anything else, then okay, do that. But I want you to go deeper than that. Okay. I want you to go deeper than I just woke up this morning, or this, that. I want you to really find something that happened in your day that was good. And then I want you to go further than that. And I want you to say why it was good. Why? What happened? What was so good about it? How did it make you feel? What did you get from it? That is where I want you to go. And I'm telling you, if you continue to do this, and I've only done this since last Wednesday, and it's already starting to transform my mind, of where it's easier to now look for the good rather than the bad. And it's like I come to the end of the day and I don't really remember what has happened that wasn't good, but I remember the stuff that was good. And I'm smiling and I'm thinking about it. And it doesn't matter what, because honey, we have got some bad news. And it started January 1st. So I had said that the last time we met. It was just like, I don't care if it's January 1st, it's the beginning of the year, and something happens and try to knock you off your path. Okay. That was me. I was speaking to me then, and I didn't know that was going to happen. So January 1, knock on my door, got bad news. But even in the stuff that's been happening, when I'm writing these things down, it's taking me to the good. It's making me focus on the things that I actually want to focus on and that I want more of. So I want us to start cultivating that habit. Okay. So if you didn't start then, you need to start this Wednesday. Okay. Start this Wednesday, start tonight, and start writing down just three things every single day. What happened that was good and why was it good? Okay. And if you can throw in the fact, like I know you're gonna get some bills. You're gonna get some bills. It's the beginning of the month. You got mortgage to pay, you have bills, you have your electricity, you have your gas, you have all these things that you're gonna have to pay, car payment, all this stuff that's coming up this month. So we have a lot of opportunities to now understand and acknowledge who is our source and to be grateful for those things. So let's start cultivating that habit. Okay, y'all? We're going to be grateful in here. I don't care what situation y'all in. I don't care what's going on, but we're going to be grateful for where we are, what we're doing, and what we have. Okay. So I thank you so much for joining me. I thank you guys for everything that you've done, everything that you poured into me, and you make it easy for me to pour back into you because I get fed as well. So I thank you for this relationship that we have. So I am here, and we will be back next Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, this is not going to happen. This isn't going to happen again. But we will be back then, and I will see you. All right. Bye bye.